Okay, now that I think about it, you did ask if there's anything that you shouldn't say guesting on the show. Now that I'm an electronic celebrity, just make sure that you treat me with the respect that I deserve, okay? I didn't hear a yes, but I'll assume that means yes. Let's fucking go!
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer. I think I'm a doomer. Damn, I'm like a zoomer. Okay. EWGWHITE coming with the heat.
I stay fooling with my bot, my tunes will make you
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Orion. Joining me as always is Micah. What's going on, big guy?
Yes, and after another Orion-led hiatus, we are back. Hello, everyone.
It's been a week. It's been a week,
really?
but hey. Yeah, we're actually on time sort of this time.
Oh, fuck. I'm so used to us being late, I just assume every time that we're apologizing in the beginning. My bad.
Well, look, we're a day late, but that's neither here nor there. We have a very special guest today. We got, you want me to call you Ken?
Yeah, just go ahead and call me Ken.
We got Ken in the house. What's going on, big guy? How are you doing?
It's going good, Orion. You know, I was not enthusiastic enough at the start there. I have to apologize. You are, in fact, an internet celebrity. Congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
I'm very proud.
Thank you.
Very proud.
Thank you for giving me the respect I deserve.
I'm going to give you even more respect here, my guy. More respect. If you hit 5,000 subscribers, I will give out my recipe for grilled cuck wings. Okay?
All right. We could all use that. So speaking of people who don't give me respect, who don't give all of us POC, people of cash, respect, it's these poor cells. These poor cells complaining about how they don't have a living wage. Oh, we don't have a living wage. Well, that's really funny, guy, because you seem to be alive right now. What's going on with that?
Yeah, you know, the living wage argument, quote unquote, to me, it's just another ploy, right, by big society, just to make people afraid of being homeless, which we know is one of the most ascended lifestyles you can have next to being like a property owner.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, why live in like a $200,000 house when you can live under a $3 million bridge?
Very astute observation there, Ken. I can feel you're going to be good here. Because these people, look, I wish there wasn't a living wage. You know, I want these people to be too malnourished to speak. But these fat retards, it's all they do is complain all the time and flap their lips about how they don't have enough money. And look, it's ridiculous to me because let's say you work full-time, right? Let's say you work full-time 60 hours a week and you make $10 an hour. That's $2,400 a month. And that doesn't even include your side hustle, which everyone should have. Everybody should be on the side hustle grind set, my grillas. Look, so you have all that money and where is it going? Where is all this money going? Why can't you rent an apartment with 5 other losers who don't make any money, who aren't people of cash, and you'll have oodles of spare moolah. Oodles of it.
These people act like that isn't literally everyone's experience in this country already. Like it's a made up issue, to be honest.
Like, look, if you don't have, at least 3 women working for you, hitting the streets, then what are you doing? What are you doing out there? No side hustle, just, I don't have a living wage because I work 20 hours and spend all my money on OnlyFans and Funko Pops. I don't think so, bud. That does not compute to me. Because I've lived the poor life. I've lived on only $10,000 a month before, and it's hard. It really is, but you can grind your way out of that. If you took half the effort of complaining all the time and put that towards your side hustle, you could be an electronic celebrity too.
Go scalp some PlayStations or Xboxes or packets of sauce from, 20 years ago. Do something other than complain.
Just straight facts.
Yeah.
Just straight facts. You know who doesn't complain about the living wage? The guys who went to McDonald's and got the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce and sold it on eBay for $300. You don't hear those guys complaining. 0 to 300, easy conversion, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems natural to me.
Yeah, honestly, you can get plenty off of this. Like, you get a few bucks, you get enough to grill on the weekend, you're all good.
You could literally just set up a cart on the side of the road. Look, people literally park their fucking trucks on the side of the road and live in shanty houses. I think you can make a little food cart. You can bring a grill out there. You can grill up some burgers, sell them for $10 each. Look, that's supplemental income. Add that to working. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Another avenue that people are totally missing is, have you ever just tried asking the government for money? They'll give it to you. Just do that.
They love giving out money. That's like that's the thing they do. Just make enough money to where they actually want to invest in you, you know?
Yeah, I think you need a little inspiration too. You know, I was walking down the street one time, like big city. I've been to a few big cities, right? And there's this homeless guy. He's in a wheelchair. He's sitting there asking for money, right? He's begging for money. And I'm walking by. I'm like, sorry, dude, I don't have cash. And he whips out one of those card readers. And he's like, it's okay. I take card.
Base. Joe.
Yeah, that's mindset right there.
That's
Good for that
mindset
guy.
right there.
That's thinking outside the box he lives in.
Yeah. That's a homeless moment. That is a certified homeless moment.
So, look, I really wish that there wasn't a living wage so that these people would die. And I think that Canada, you know, to switch topics here, for the first time ever, is doing something correct. Because they've introduced the Canadian death care system. Look, there was a time where there's this idea that, oh, I'll go to Canada, I'll get free healthcare, everything's gonna work out, they'll make me not fat and gay anymore. And that was the dream. That was the dream, my grillas, going up to Canada and getting some of that free healthcare because you can't be an adult with an insurance. That was the dream for so many people. And now the Canadians are just executing these useless people. Thoughts on that, my grillas, my panelists, my esteemed panelists?
I'll let Ken get the first word here.
Well, you know, on the one hand, it's kind of based, right? Like you're getting rid of the poorest of society, you know, the people that are constantly complaining about these living wages. But on the other hand, I think it's the wrong person that's doing it, right? You get the government of Canada that's doing it. And I feel like there's just too many wingcucks like in the government of Canada. So is it really based in the end of the day? I don't know. What do you think, Grillas?
I honestly think it's overall positive, right? The Canadian assisted suicide program is not only good because, you know, like Ken brought up, it's economical for the healthcare system, but it also kills Canadians.
We can all get behind a program that kills Canadians. Look, the only good Canadian is a dead Canadian. This is something that we can all agree on.
Yeah, these
Every
are people that have.
can agree on.
These are people that like to have opinions about our country. You know, people from a country that does not matter whatsoever. You know, and they like to stick their nose in our business and tell us, you know, what's right and wrong. And it's like your government literally asks you if you want to kill yourself. What more of a retort do I need for you, sir?
I mean, do you think this is actually just a ploy to get people actually talking about Canada? I don't even remember the last time I thought about Canada.
The only time I think about Canada is when a Canadian tries to moralize to me about how superior their system is, which is always a garbage opinion because they literally could not exist without us. Canadians out there, if you're listening, I want you to know that without our huge military and huge dick swinging around, spreading democracy around the world, you wouldn't exist. You would have nothing. You would be nothing. The fact that we give you any sort of protection, any sort of favorable treatment is only based on the fact that you share a border with us.
Our brave men and women who go and fight and die as soldiers in the Middle East, they're literally protecting your right to kill yourself.
And, on that subject, like, God, it pisses me off how they're like, oh yeah, we sent some troops there too. They send like 300 troops whenever we go anywhere as like a token gesture that they're on our side.
Yeah.
They just get in the way. It's like when Redditors went to Ukraine. They're just getting in the way. Canada is the Reddit of countries. Let's be real here. So I have a little video to show you guys of the Canadian government. They put out a piece trying to entice some of their citizens to kill themselves, showing them the pros of killing themselves, of removing themselves from the gene pool and making the world a better place. So I'll go ahead and play that now.
Dying in a hospital is not what's natural. That's not what's soft. And in these kinds of moments, you need softness. Last breaths are sacred. When I imagine my final days, I see bubbles. I see the ocean. I see
Drowning?
music. I see cheesecake.
What?
Even now, as I seek help to end my life, there is still so much beauty. You just have to be brave enough to see it.
Canadians even
Hey, I
wanna
got
die
news
wrong.
for you, lady. I have news for you. It's time for a reality check. The last thing you see isn't gonna be fucking bubbles and the ocean and fucking nice music. The last thing you're gonna see is some Indian doctor missing your vein and being like, oh, whoops, and then trying it again until he actually gets it. That's the last thing you're gonna see. The last thing you're gonna feel is regret. Like, oh no, I didn't actually want to do this, but it's too late. You're already locked in. What are you gonna do? Be rude to them and say, no,
Yeah.
I changed my mind? That'd be
Yeah.
so cringe. So cringe.
Yeah, honestly, I think the most offensive thing about that video, though, is not just like the dying part, but that they actually tried to portray Canada as something other than the frozen hellscape that it is.
Yeah, it's just a giant fantasy. The whole video
Hey,
is.
there's at least 2 months out of the year where Canada is in a frozen shitscape,
That's
a frozen hellscape. There's at least 2 months out of the year. I wouldn't know which months because I'll never step foot in there.
Even if you make it through those 2 months, and then you still have to deal with the French.
Exactly. So, at the end of the day, it really goes to show the values of Canadians, who, again, are the Redditors of the world. The values that they hold versus Americans. Americans will never have a death care system because we can just purchase guns and shoot ourselves, which is way more based.
That's way more. It's cost effective.
It's cost effective, it looks cool. Like you could be a black metal album cover. Can you be a black metal album cover if you get some gay assisted suicide from the government? I don't think so. My Grillas.
And it's very unfortunate in a way, because now millions of wing cucks are forced into a position of having to defend this program when they don't necessarily want to, just because it's their side implemented it type of deal. It's just another one of those. It's another one of those little subtle warnings of why you should not be a wing cuck.
Right. There's people that see all the so-called downsides who don't agree with us that all Canadians should kill themselves. They just think that, oh, we need to give people a humane option or whatever gay shit that they think. And they're forced to look at like these old people and even healthy young people who are being told, oh, you have like minor depression, well, maybe you should just kill yourself. And they have to agree with it, because to go back on that, to reverse course on that, it would make them look like idiots and hypocrites. And that's the biggest thing about the wing cuck, is that in their mind, any L they take, any reversing course, it's a loss. It's a loss bigger than anything.
Yeah.
It's humiliation. And that's the thing they want to avoid the most. That's why they try and strong arm all of us into being like them.
That's why we're here. That's why the Grillcast exists. Is for their humiliation.
It's a humiliation ritual.
We're not going to let them get away with it.
We're a shining beacon of light. Okay, my Grillas, we are a shining beacon of light, exposing the wing cuck for the dirty demons that they are. Ken, do you have any final thoughts on this? I kind of ramble a lot, so feel free to interrupt me at any time.
Well, there's like that secondary story where, the mom found out that the son had like signed up for the assisted suicide program. He was like on the way to the doctor's appointment, and she like stopped him at the door. It's like, don't do it, son. And, I was looking at that and I thought, in the end of the day, how much does this really change? Because she stopped him on the way to the doctor's office, right? But she could have just stopped him when he's like in the tub with slit wrists. So like, in the end of the day, what does this really change?
Yeah.
Well, she could have also not raised him fucked up and made him want to kill himself. It was probably her fault, if we're going to be honest here. God, can you imagine having such helicopter parents that you decide you want to kill yourself and they just intervene all the time? It's like, God, leave me alone. Let me make my own decisions for once in my life. I can't blame the guy.
Get out of my suicide appointment, Mom.
You never let me be myself.
I just wanted to see the fucking bubbles.
I
told
just
me there
wanted
would be
to hear
cheesecake.
the music. So, at the end of the day, my Grillas, let's
Don't kill
commit voter
yourselves. Don't
fraud
be
to
like a
make shit.
Canadian. Don't be like a Canadian.
Don't kill yourself, but commit voter fraud to, vote these policies in for Canadians so that they can do it. At the end of the day, that's my call to action. That's our call to action this episode. And I feel like a lot of our calls to action involve voter fraud.
Yeah.
We're gonna get in trouble someday. But speaking of people who should probably kill themselves, let's talk about Donald Trump. So Donald Trump had a huge announcement. I'm gonna play you guys a video that hyped up this huge announcement.
Ken, did you see this? Ken, did you see this? Did you hear about this?
I actually have not. I have not seen.
Did you smell this?
I'm about to.
Well, what do you think it could be? Is he announcing his running mate? Some huge new policy that isn't just him shitting his pants about the election being stolen?
Take a guess.
Is he like dumping on DeSantis again? Like what's he doing?
Oh, it's better.
Well, he's dumping mostly on the people who support him. So let's go ahead and pull this guy up.
America needs a superhero.
Wow.
Oh.
Major announcement! I like that any time that Trump is portrayed by rightoids, they don't have him as like a fat gay old man. They have him being ripped. Just completely yoked. He's like a superhero.
I liked that,
I'm
like the God Emperor version of him from like 2016.
Yeah, that was the original rendition of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first.
But Superman. Now that you showed me that, I actually did I got an advertisement today about it.
The problem here is that the God Emperor meme was made by like people, and this was made by like him, and he co-signed this, and he approved of this, and it's just awful.
I got like an advertisement today though about it, and he's like turning them into trading cards.
Well, let's go ahead and pull up exactly what the announcement is for people maybe not in the know here. Here it is.
Oh, that's what
digital
the
trading card NFTs. Now, look, if you buy 45 of these things for $99 each, a low price, really a bargain. Who can't afford $99 times 45?
4,500 bucks? Yeah.
For the low cost of $4,500, you're guaranteed a ticket to attend the gala dinner with Trump in South Florida. And you get 45 entries into a sweepstakes. Plus, no, it gets better, bros. It gets better. You might be thinking, oh, that's a jip. No, plus, get 45 digital trading cards, subject to the terms and conditions and official sweepstakes rules.
Well, who wouldn't want that?
Are they all different, or are they just like the same card?
No, they're all different. They're collectible NFTs. You never know what you're gonna get. Trump is right on time for the NFT craze. A lot of people are saying it's been like a year, man. It's been a year. Nobody likes him anymore. Everyone thinks they're gay and stupid. But he's bringing them back. He's making them cool again. His 2024 motto, make NFTs great again. That's what he's going for here. And look, a lot of people are angry about this and don't understand why exactly he's doing this. But I'm going to go ahead and pull up some pertinent information, my Grillas. Some pertinent information.
I personally can't wait to spend $4,500 to hang out with him and shake his hand to get some of his spray tan on my arm.
It's powerful spray tan. You're never going to wash that off in your life. So is any of the money from this collection going to the Donald J. Trump campaign?
Definitely not. Definitely no.
And it says that these trading cards are not political and have nothing to do with any political campaign. NFT Inc. LLC is not owned, managed, or controlled by Donald J. Trump or any of his things, any of his organizations. NFT Int LLC uses Donald J. Trump's name, likeness, and image under paid license from CIC Digital LLC. So what this means, my grillas, is that this is a return to form for Donald Trump. Before the presidency, what was he most known for? He would license his name out to shady businesses, right? And he would collect a shit ton of money by licensing out his name. And then inevitably, when the fraud and, lawsuits start pouring in, it's not his deal. He was just licensed for it.
Yeah.
He gets to avoid all culpability and responsibility. This is classic Trump shysterism. People asking, can we get the OG Trump back? Can we get the guy back who was a firebrand, who inspired, the guy who called Mexicans drug dealers and rapists? Can we get that guy back? And the answer is yes. This is a return to form. Thoughts?
If we get OG Trump back, that's gonna be a game changer in the political landscape. No,
it will be.
I'm not holding out hope for that. I will say that people do need to differentiate. Okay, like you said, it wasn't Trump running these fraudulent schemes. Okay, he was just co-signing them for money.
This is a bit of wing cuckery though, because Democrats get the Black Lives Matter, all the donations go to their Blue, right? So this is just going to CIC Digital LLC. This is like win red. It's
there's nothing wrong with
political campaigns. Nothing wrong with it, but it's a little wing cuckery, I think.
Look, it's going to a private business, and they're a private business. They can do whatever they want because they're a private business. That's
Very
something
true.
that we all
Very
agree
true.
upon here.
Very true.
And with Donald Trump in particular, he's profiting off this. His campaign isn't, because he understands that he's a fat gay baby and nobody likes him anymore. That he's done so. That he's not a serious contender for 2024. So he's saying, fuck it, bros. I'm going to use the last of my political acumen and standing to profit. And I think that that's something that we can all respect. I can put respect on the name for Trump. I have not done that in years, but he's coming back.
Yeah, he's like, what, 78 or something?
I think Trump
he doesn't want to
has,
be president again.
No, he definitely doesn't. I mean, Trump's stock has, I think, officially crashed to rock bottom at this point. He's gone. There's no return after this. I think he's literally beating a dead horse with this NFT thing. To be honest, it's
a lot of rightoids. He is a dead meme. He's an old meme. He's a dead meme. And a lot of rightoids, one of the funniest things about this whole debacle are the people saying, well, this seems like a scam. Like that, in 2022, almost 2023, they're just coming to the realization. They're just waking up to the fact that this guy is just grifting them.
Yeah.
Like they're the last people on the planet who understand this. It's hilarious.
Well, and if you've looked at opinion polls, you can see that the rightoids have a new face, have a new leader, and it's someone you might appreciate, Orion, because he's someone that he's one of those people that his voice doesn't match his face. Ron DeSantis.
What do I appreciate about Ron DeSantis? What has he done?
That he's a guy whose voice doesn't match his face.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying there. Fuck you, man. That's mean. You're a mean guy.
Yeah,
Look, I have a great voice. I have an excellent voice. But anyways, to keep continuing on with this, my friends, let's look into some of these prizes, because when you buy this product, when you buy this NFT, you're entered into a sweepstakes. And I went ahead and looked at the terms and conditions for this because I'm a man who likes to read the fine print. I get into the nitty gritty. Yeah, I get the source. I dig deep for the source. My grillas. So let's take a look here. Here's some of the prizes we have. 1 ticket to a 2,000 person gala dinner. The one that you have to buy 45 tickets to be guaranteed, or NFTs to be guaranteed to get it. And the price per item on that is $75, right? That's the average retail value per item. And so I want to point out here the alternate cash prize category. Do you see this over here? Alternate cash prize. Here's my prediction. There is no way in hell they're fulfilling any of these at all. It's not happening. They're just going to give you an exclusive limited edition Trump NFT, an extra one. Look at for the next one, we got 1 ticket to a 30-minute meet and greet with President Trump as part of a 200-person group at a location, date, and time to be determined by sponsor in its sole discretion. All right?
Or you could just wait it at McDonald's in West Palm Beach.
Alternate cash price. Exclusive limited edition Trump NFT. Individual 20-minute meeting with President Trump in Mar-a-Lago at a date and time determined by sponsor in its sole discretion.
Mm-hmm.
$550 or exclusive limited edition Trump NFT. So are we seeing a pattern here, Mike Grillis? Are we seeing a pattern here? This is exactly what's going to happen. These rightoids are going to buy this in the hopes, in the dreams of meeting their orange hero. The man pictured in the NFT, the superhero with the cool laser eyes. They want to meet him so bad. And what they're going to get at the end of the day is an extra exclusive limited edition Trump NFT that's going to be worthless. Completely worthless. They are getting hosed again. And this is what I mean, a return to form for Donald Trump in his scamming ways.
Well, you got to think about it, right? Like when you're on like those certain sites and there's singles in your area, right? Eventually one of them's got to be true because they get the pictures of these girls from somewhere, right? Like one of them's got to be true.
That's a good point. That is
It's a
very
numbers
good point.
game, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, it says quantity 1, individual 20-minute meeting, or a literal golf game with this guy. And imagine you're like Chuck from Idaho, and you're the guy that wins this. Like you actually win it. What do you do? Maybe you don't know how to play golf. You show up to his resort and he's just dabbing on your golf game the entire time. Like what do you do?
Your shot
You
was
ask for
low
the NFT
energy
instead.
loser.
Yeah.
I think you have a good point there, my friend. I think that there's going to be a lot of people who think I don't think the golf game's happening. I think the alternate cash prize of $300 is what Chuck from Idaho gets to look forward to.
Wait, is that saying that the limited NFT is less than $300?
Oh yeah, it is.
They're $99 each.
Yeah.
But this one's an exclusive. So the ARV is $0/priceless. Now, I would say it's probably closer to $0 than priceless. That's just me. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong here.
That is an audacious claim.
What do you even say if you meet Donald Trump? Let's say you're a boomer rightoid, you win the prize, you go to meet him, then what do you say? Like, give him hell, Donald. He looks down on his constituents with disdain.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's about all the thoughts I have on this. Does anybody else have any thoughts?
No.
Nah, give him hell, Donald Trump.
Give him hell, Donald. I mean, imagine you're there for an hour talking to him, or 20 minutes. After like 2 minutes, it's like, so, weather's nice here in Florida, yeah? There's nothing there. He has nothing in common with his constituents. But anyways, to close this out, I bought 5 of these. They're going to the moon. NFTs are making a comeback, just like Trump. Just like Trump. I trust the plan, Mike Grillis. Trust the plan.
Ryan will be laughing his way all the way to the bank.
He's gonna get that 20-minute meeting, and then it's just gonna be like Alex Jones all over again. He just steps out. He's gotta take a shit.
So I don't know if
something.
you've heard of me. I'm kind of a big deal. I have a podcast.
Just whip out my phone. Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the world dedicated to radical centrism. I'm your host, Ryan. Joining me today is Donald J. Trump. He just looks confused. He's like, get me the hell out of here. Yeah, that'd be...
This kid's having a stroke.
I'd probably get killed by Secret Service, bros. They'd look through my internet history and see all the
actionable threats and
all the actionable death threats that I've issued.
Yeah.
They just really take me out at the spot.
Didn't say anything anti-Semitic today.
Please, no. I can't have another one.
You're gonna get Truth Social.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll move on to our next subject here. I'm a bit of a geopolitical expert, Mike Grillis. look, I LARP like I'm just a dumb guy who screams and doesn't know what the hell is going on and frequently mispronounces names. And that's the impression that I give sometimes, but I'm actually very learned in the field of geopolitics. And as such, I've gotten an exclusive to the Grillcast video of a Indian and Chinese border skirmish. So,
my.
the Indian and the Chinese, the red dots, not the featherheads, they have they have a bit of a relationship that's not so good. Not so good. This relationship, it's not so good. There's a lot of tension on the border, but they also have the most populous countries in the world. They have an endless meat grinder, and so they know that they don't want to provoke World War III between them, that they have to tolerate each other. So they made a compromise. In true centrist fashion, they've compromised, and this is what Indian-Chinese warfare looks like. Here we go!
Bonk.
Get him!
Bonk. Bonk.
I think there's just a line of them. They're lining up for their hit.
Dude, so hype. This is like King Leonidas in 300. He's like saying in Indian, like, tonight we die in hell! Oh, he's got a rock! He's got a rock! Oh, that guy took an L. He's got to take a breather.
Classic stick versus rock, advanced warfare.
I like to think this all started because the Chinese dudes were trying to show him a TikTok.
Oh! That was a big hit. That was a rock straight to the face. That helmet did not protect that at all. And retreat. The Bugmen retreat.
Yeah!
One more rock for good measure. My Grillas, it saddens me so deeply that I will never have an experience like this. As a 6-year-old, this was my dream. No women around, okay? No parents. Just a bunch of bros with sticks beating each other up and winning. Oh my god, dude, that feeling that I have when they win, when the bug people retreat, and fucking all the Indian bros are just screaming. They're just yelling in victory. That camaraderie, that Kino Bromant, right there, the Kino Bromant. You can't top it.
It really warms my heart to see a race war done tastefully as well.
Well, to be fair, like the Chinese didn't really stand a chance because, Indians, they're a little racially confused. They don't know if they're Asian or black, right? So like, yeah, exactly. So like,
I'm a geopolitical expert.
Right?
That's valid.
Yeah, they get the best of both traits. Like they're good at math and science and engineering. So they kick our asses at that, but they're also black. So like they get all of the athletic prowess that black athletes get. So honestly, the Chinese just didn't stand a chance here. I mean, you see the power in those swings.
Oh man, the power in those swings and those rock chucks. Fuck, man. Like, of course you can't beat that. Because Indians have this thing. They have a very serious bro culture. That's why they're so strong as a unit here. They're outnumbered by these bug people, but they don't care. And that's not a racial thing, okay? That's not a racial thing. It is a racial
I'm not going to elaborate, but that is not.
Look, they have a bro culture that's deeply entrenched into their daily lives. Look, have you ever gone to like a smoke shop and you want to get yourself a new vape or whatever, You go there, and they're the friendliest people in the world. They say, bro,
Oh yeah.
bro, you love this flavor, bro. Try this, bro. And I try it. It is a good flavor. This guy's looking out for me. You know, he's not selling me the shitty vape. He's giving me the good vape. And I say, bro, I like this vape, bro. You know, you share some shisha or whatever. That's what they're about, is broing out as a culture. And that's why they could band together and defeat these, I'm not going to say it, defeat the opposing army.
Yeah, like they all like platonically hold hands when they walk down the street and stuff. I mean,
That's
And
true.
it's not gay.
yeah,
It's
there's no
not
more
gay.
bro culture than that. Imagine being so secure in your masculinity, you can just hold your bro's hand.
Me and Orion
Exactly.
do that all the time, and people give us weird looks, and it doesn't make any sense to me that we can't display our friendship without
Make
being
out
called
with like 10 dudes
without
a
being
week,
called
and
gay,
it's
which
not
we
a
are
gay
not.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The deal is that people try and say that's gay. As somebody who's certifiably not gay, I can tell you that it's not gay to do that. There's an attack on masculinity, on men in general, and men forming strong bonds, because when men form strong, non-sexual bonds, that's a threat to the system. That is a threat
It
to
is.
society at large. Society wants to keep us isolated and alone, and the only close relationships or friendships we have can be with women. The only ear that you can lend, the only hand that you can hold is that of the void, and that is intentional, my grill.
The only dick that you can suck. A
Well,
female.
no, I'll hit you with some straight historical facts here. All right, straight historical facts.
Hit me with it. Hit
Did
me
you
with
know
it, Ken.
Alexander the Great, his beautiful army, his soldiers, they used to give each other bro jobs because, like, it like helped with the bonding and cohesion of their army, because they'd just be all broing it out and they'd like fight 10 times harder. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's evident even today. I mean, look at this.
Are you gonna let the guy who gives you the best top
Yeah,
you've ever
yeah.
had in your life
Yeah.
die in battle?
Yeah.
No. You will do everything to protect that. You will do everything to protect that, because that guy, not only does he give you top, but he never pisses you off like a woman does. And that's factual.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, our military's been going down the hill ever since we let women join.
Yeah.
It's been going down the hill ever since we've let women. And this is a controversial opinion. This is controversial. I'm willing to accept all the heat for this. Ever since we've been allowing gay men to join, because
That's
now
true.
you don't know if the guy who's giving you a bro job is gay or not.
It's true.
But
That's
at the
true.
same
You
I was
don't
just-
know that.
At the same time, wouldn't the head be like way better? Like,
No.
No,
No, not at all.
because then you would be
And that's
gay.
Yeah.
And I'm not gay.
see, this is what Don't Ask, Don't Tell was all about.
So that's
This is
the
about
thing. After
keeping
they
the
took
army
that
strong.
away, it just made things way too confusing.
Yeah.
And the quality of life for our military has just gone way downhill. Way downhill.
Think of the veterans, people.
Think of the
Think of the veterans. So that's about all I've got. Micah, you got something for us, don't you, there, big guy?
Well, yeah, I thought it would be important. We took a lot of L's the other week in our last episode.
Oh
Took a lot
boy,
of-
did we.
it was really tough. And I think we all could use a morale booster, which is why I'm very happy to announce that in the last week, okay, this happened very recently, but we just gained a centrist senator. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Kristen Sinema. She was a Democrat, right, from Arizona. But she has finally shed the dead weight of the Democratic Party and joined the ranks of radical centrist mommy militia members, including Tulsi Gabbard and that bitch
Beautiful.
who has the orb. And
Orb mommy, surf
Yeah,
mommy,
yeah.
and cinema mommy. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go.
So, and there are some who are going to say, of course, that this is some type of a power move or something because Democrats just increased their majority, but that's clearly a cope. And they really just can't stand to see an uncucked, independent queen who don't need no party.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is that, these people say they fight for women's rights to choose. But when a woman chooses to leave the plantation, to join the centrist movement, what happens? What happens? Smear campaigns, accusations of being a fence sitter. She's not a fence sitter, she's a fence breaker, my grillas. Listen, this is a radical centrist queen fighting for our rights so that we have gridlock. That's what we advocate for, gridlock, the ability for the government to do nothing until we are empowered. fully.
Well, there was. I was hoping we might be able to watch part of the interview she gave to CNN, kind of explaining herself, kind of explaining why she did this.
All right, let's get into this.
It's also an unusual time because the Democrats in Washington feel really good right now. They actually picked up.
Why are you doing this to
us? And picked up some governor seats. It's the first time the party that controls the White House actually gained Senate and governor seats since 1934. The wave that was supposed to come, the red wave, didn't actually happen. Kevin McCarthy, or the Republicans, maybe Kevin McCarthy will.
You can see her absorbing his negative energy, and getting ready to spit it back.
But not the margins they were expecting. This is going to disappoint a lot of Democrats, and they're also going to feel like they don't understand. Why would you do this at a time when the Democratic Party is having a good week?
Well, I think folks at home in Arizona have known me for a very long time, and they know who I am. I've always been someone who is focused on getting results, getting things done. And I've never fit neatly into any party box. I've never really tried. I don't want to. And I think that's reflective of how most Arizonans live. You know, Arizonans who aren't affiliated with either party are often the largest group of voters in Arizona. And even those who are affiliated with parties often find that they don't fit 100% into that box.
I wish I could fit 100% into her box. When we get up in the morning, we don't really think about partisanship. Most people don't wake up and think, okay, well, I've got to get this Democratic breakfast on the table. I got to get in my Republican car and go to work. That's not how real life is.
No, they got to get some centrist grillers. I know it is in this
town, but in the rest of the country, people are just living their lives.
Look, she says like, oh, people aren't thinking like, I have to get in my Democratic car or whatever. But what about every Tesla owner who's trying to return their vehicle now?
Yeah, that's
They're literally doing that.
That's the one thing I would say she gets wrong. Like, she has the Sigma centrist mindset. Like, she sees the ideal world, and she wants to represent the ideal world. But the reality is, people do get up in the morning and ask themselves, okay, what am I going to have for my Republican breakfast? And people do get up in the morning and, or like, how am I going to, take care of my Democratic yard? Like, what am I going to put in it? How am I going to take care of the plants?
One of those stupid signs that says "Love is love."
Yeah. What new gay sign am I going to put up in my yard today? Like that.
What gay bumper sticker will I use?
The state of wing cuckery in our nation, and I'm so ecstatic that we have this legitimately centrist figure representing us all.
Yeah, exactly. Look, she's a bloomer. That's what it comes down to. She's a bloomer. She sees the glass half full, and she doesn't understand that wing cucks literally wake up in the morning and either eat a vegan breakfast because meat is murder, or they eat like 10 pounds of bacon because they're like, oh, well, if you're not going to eat meat, I'll eat 3 times as much meat. Suck it, libtard. Like this is how these people's minds literally work. And she doesn't see that. She doesn't surround herself by that. She doesn't understand the depths of depravity that these wing cucks exist in.
Yeah, I think she's looking at the tide of her state too, because they got what? They got an astronaut for a senator. They used to have a man with cancer for a senator. Very,
McBrain.
Yeah, very, very centrist. Well, not really radically centrist, but centrist candidates that were out there, And now she's realizing, they had like this Carrie Lake woman that was running for governor, and like she's like, yeah, there's some radicalism in there. So bring out the radical centrism. That's what the people want. It's what the people deserve.
It is. It really is. And it just feels good because so often as a radical centrist, as a gorilla, I don't see myself reflected in my politicians. And when people like Andrew Yang come out or Sinema come out and they say these things, they lay down the truth that normal, non-algorithmically induced autists don't want to deal with the shit that's put on them. It just feels good to see my ideals reflected back at me. That is literally me. Wow.
Yeah. We just want common sense policies and maybe free money.
Definitely free money. We want common sense policies like putting wing cucks into concentration camps and free money. Is that really such a big ask? I don't think so, my grillers.
It's not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, now we just really, we got Sinema. Angus King is also an independent. I'm not really going to count
literally
mustache.
Literal
gorgeous
king.
mustache.
Now we need Joe Manchin to get in on this, and then they can caucus as radical centrists.
This is a white pill moment. This is where our platform can get off the ground, my Grillas. This is where we can make a stand. For once, finally, after years of wading through red and blue, we have a chance.
And I'm going to be calling as a representative, as our legal and media representative, I'm going to be calling the office of Kristen Sinema shortly to arrange an interview with her on the show.
Yeah, just make sure to drop her my number, bro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm totally not just going to give her my number. Yeah.
No, it's for personal reasons, not business.
Hey. Yeah, I'll give her the business number and then my personal number. How's that?
Every great creative endeavor collapses over a fine, beautiful woman. The Beatles with Yoko Ono. Okay, and now us with Kristen Sinema, because if you take Mommy Sinema from me, if you take her from me, Micah, it's war.
You can still have Tulsi.
Oh. Yeah, dude, can you imagine going to some big political dinner with these fine ass beezies on our arms, really calling the shots because we're the men, letting them know how they're gonna vote and everything and what they're gonna do. That would be so awesome. That would be so great. That is the dream. And now that we're electronic celebrities, we can maybe sexually pester them into doing it.
Sexually pester some of the most powerful people in the country.
Convert their office to a kitchen.
All right. Well, I think that's about a show, my Grillas. To wrap things up, we have a review. We have a review that I would like to read because this is a big moment for us.
A voicemail?
Not a voicemail. No, actually the number is not operational. I didn't renew it.
Oh no.
Look, for the longest time, all we got, and deservedly so, is abundant praise. Abundant praise where everybody just talks about how smart and cool and handsome and not gay we are. And that's great. That really is great. It feeds my ego. I need constant affirmation, reassurance that I'm doing the right thing here. But we finally found ourselves a real detractor. Somebody terminally wing-cucked who doesn't understand what we're doing and has some very strong opinions regarding that. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up and read it for you guys.
Your first hater.
Give me just a second here.
Yeah, it feels good.
I'm on such a historic Grillcast here. Your first hater.
The most important Grillcast in history.
That's when Alex
until
Jones
the next
comes
episode.
On. Let's be real.
until
the next episode.
All right, so here we go. This is from Collectagism at Our Drama. He says, seriously, who is your intended audience for this soycast? Interracial couples with Special Olympics bronze medals? Are you trying to siphon off some of NPR's viewership?
Yes.
The takes of we need a new constitution? Or the alt media are all fascists?
Yes.
You realize Ben Shapiro is a child genius. Okay. Tim Pool invented citizen journalism by streaming Occupy at 19. Chapo all honed their comedy in clubs for decades in New York City. What you're doing is a travesty. You can tell you have nowhere near the intellect or knowledge or comedic skills to speak on any topic whatsoever outside of maybe porn preferences. You don't say anything of any value nor provide insight or an original thought on anything. You should just read New York Times articles on stream. You don't take any actual position. You say things like, oh, I hate Tim Pool, but then follow it with a bad impression and no real reasoning. There was a reason. He's bald and stupid and wears a cuck beanie. Maybe you need to do some required reading on topics before you do the episodes. It comes off like you have no idea what you're saying and you're just laughing at nonsense.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Yes.
The state of politics in our country and this world is nonsense. And we're laughing at it. It's not that hard to comprehend, man. Also, all three dudes are carbon copies of each other. There's zero intellectual difference between each other and zero banter. Yeah, there's zero intellectual difference between all of us because we're all 200 plus IQ gigachads, retard. Do you get that? Are you understanding what's happening here, faggot? Make fun of each other. Do something so you don't come off so cucked and unlikable. Or maybe stick to working the job of barista and working for your Soros nonprofit. So,
D-Trans Lives Matter.
That's D-Trans Lives Matter. Look, this is the line of the Winka.
I kind of liked that he gave us a partial authority on pornography.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Our insight for that is good.
It is, yeah.
We're kings in that department. But, calling Tim Pool a gay dweeb who wears a beanie or saying Ben Shapiro's a short manlet who
and is a child
who charges people for his opinions, for his literally.
He asks who's the intended audience for this soycast. Let me tell you the intended audiences. It's not rightoids who don't understand, high IQ humor. You have to have an extremely high IQ to understand the Grillcast. It's the Rick and Morty of podcasts is what you're listening to, my Grillas. And so, at the end of the day, what this comes off to me as is this guy is actually the biggest fan of us that exists. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has taken so much time and thought and energy and critiqued us and tried to help us create a better show. Now, are his insights heckin' cute and valid? No, he's a retarded wingcuck, but he tried. He tried his hardest, my Grillas. He tried to help us. An attempt was made. And at the end of the day, I love our fans. You're all great people. The Grilla Army, the Grillisha, it's a special thing and a special place in my heart you all hold. But this is what I've been going for years. This is what I've always wanted. What powers me, what makes me want to do this is generating seethe and hatred, making people spurg out and type paragraphs about how I'm retarded. Because guess what? I'm retarded, but you just listen to me be retarded for an hour. So who's a real retard, bud? So,
Beautifully said.
Actually, shout out Collectagism. He did say he likes us. He just wants us to do better. I think it comes from a good place. A lot of retardation does. So, shout out Collectagism. You're all right, King. My Grillas, we've had a hell of a show today. Ken, thank you for joining us on this special edition of the Grillcast. Do you have any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to say? Shout outs, plugs, blah, 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 that shit.
Thanks for having me, Orion. It's a blast. You guys are good fun. And let's hit 5,000. I want to make sure that you can pester more women.
Of course, the end goal of any good podcast.
The end goal of any online enterprise, of any clout-chasing enterprise, is to be able to sexually harass and pester higher and higher quality women who would otherwise not give you the time of day. So know that when you go and you spread the word, you send this to your friends, you say, hey, listen to this based podcast I listen to. You're not going to think I'm retarded for listening to this crap. just listen to it, bro. Please trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro.
Look, that gets us closer to the goal of the Grillisha becoming real. So, thank you all for listening. Peace out.
I'm old as a boomer. My mind said on Zoomer. Everything cooler, long as I'm not Laura Loomer. If you think I'm not number one, I done spelled that rumor. Hit the victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default dance on a bitch. Hit the default dance on a bitch. Floss dance while I'm flossing in a whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no participation. News keep asking, I don't say shit. You can't have my conversation.